Good afternoon, sports fans everywhere. I am your host, Silver Surge, coming back at you with a fresh new content video on a Victory Monday for the Arizona Cardinals. That's something I'd never thought I'd get to say this season after a home game. And yeah, they shocked me yesterday because I saw a lot of the same trash I've seen for a majority of this season, if not all of this season, with the exception of that one win we got against the 49ers a couple weeks ago. And guess what? We beat the 49ers again. So our two victories in 2018 came against the same opponent, same garbage team. And I don't care though. I'm pretty happy. I haven't had much to smile about this season as a Cardinals fan, and definitely thrilled to be talking about a Victory Monday. That's for sure. So I'm going to unpack a few things that I took away from this game, and I liked, and things that I didn't like, and we're just going to form our own little analysis after that. So to start with, the Cardinals were actually favored in this game by a point, I believe, and I actually figured with the change in offensive coordinator, because we switched over to Byron Leftwich after firing Mike McCoy after the Thursday night meltdown, that there would be some changes made, and there were, and I thought we'd see a little bit more progress on the offensive side of the ball. I wasn't expecting a lot of differences, but I thought there'd be enough that it would make us a little bit more competitive in the game. And unfortunately, I was wrong for three quarters. The game could not have started worse. I mean, it wasn't Denver Broncos meltdown worse, because second play of the game was a pick six. It wasn't that bad, but it was close because first drive, we did nothing, had to punt the ball. We held the Niners. The defense was okay. And then the second Cardinal drive, Josh Rosen was getting sacked in the end zone and tried to throw it away, and there was no one in the area, so they called it an intentional grounding, and by rule, we were issued a safety. So the game started with the 49ers up 2-0. So I was like, yay, that's a fun way to start any home game. And then after that, the Cardinals had actually an impressive 60-yard drive, and unfortunately it stalled, so we had to rely on Phil Dawson to give us a field goal. And yeah, the end of the first quarter was a 3-2 Cardinal advantage, and I shouldn't be surprised because, like I said, you're watching a game with two bottom feeder franchises, at least in 2018, and it's just, you know, you can't really be surprised at this point. A 3-2 ball game, it's just like, really? So we went into the half, though, down 5-3 because Josh Rosen threw an interception on his 25-yard line on another Cardinal ensuing possession. And the defense, they bent, but they didn't break, so I was impressed by that. And the Cardinals were down 5-3 at the half. So going into the third quarter, I was hoping for a little bit more adjustments from Byron Leftwich. I did see some improvement. David Johnson was used more in the passing game. We did do a halfback crack toss. We did a couple of screen routes that got David Johnson in space, and that helped a lot. Larry Fitzgerald was finally had some balls thrown his way, so I was very happy to hear about that, or see that, I should say. He actually had a 100-yard receiving game, highest point this season, and that's sad. But it's something I would never expected out of this offense this season, given how putrid it's been. But anyway, so the third quarter, I wouldn't say on pins and needles, but I was waiting for something to happen. And unfortunately, something did happen, but it wasn't for the Cardinals. On a 3rd and 6, I think midway through the third quarter, 49ers quarterback C.J. Beathard found Marquise Goodwin for a 55-yard scamper to the end zone. And that blew the game open, in my opinion. And I thought, well, there it goes. There is the last chance the Cardinals are going to have to get a win in 2018. And it's now gone, because at that point the game was 12-3. We couldn't get anything going on offense. Not really surprising, but you know, that's just how it was falling. The game, we couldn't do anything. The defense was playing hard; they were balling out, but the offense just could not get it together. Josh Rosen looked very skittish. He looked very uncomfortable, and I think there was lasting effects from that Denver Broncos game where he got sacked like 6 times and threw 2 pick sixes. So Josh definitely did not look good for a majority of the 3 quarters in the game. And being down 12-3, I was thinking, well, this is done. And I had sunk into my chair. I was extremely depressed, and I was like, wow, we can only put 3 points on the second worst team in the NFL. And I would think it's safe to assume at this point we were the worst team in the NFL. But I was just so deflated, and I was like, 12-3. I know there's a lot of game left, but we're not coming back from this. So Then, third quarter winds up, and then early in the fourth, I think there was like 13, 14 minutes, it just got underway, and the Niners were driving, and they got down to our 5-yard line after George Kittle, the Niners tight end, got a nice third down conversion, and it was first and goal. And I felt like if the Niners got into the end zone and made it 19-3, that game was definitely over for sure. I already thought it was, but the Cardinal defense held them, and they put up 3 points and made it 15-3 with about 12 minutes left in the game. So I'm thinking we're down 2 possessions. There ain't no way. It's not going to happen. We're done. But then the Cardinals offense actually pulled a rabbit out of their hat. They came alive, and they played the best they played all season in that last 10 or so minutes left in the game. So I think we were starting on our 8-yard line, and Rosen took the pass, shotgun, and he threw a couple of dinks and dunks and moved the ball, and then he took a shot downfield and found Larry Fitzgerald man-to-man covered by Richard Sherman, and he hauled in a nice pass as Josh was getting blitzed, and he had pressure in his face. He was actually going down. He threw the ball just in time, and he found Fitz for a huge play. And that kind of got the offense going, and then we were, in Niner territory. I think we were at like the 45-yard line after that throw. And then a couple more plays, and then boom, another shot to Larry Fitzgerald in the end zone, and just like that, it was 10-15. Larry Fitzgerald had a touchdown, and we were right back in the game with, like 9 minutes left in the game. And I'm like, oh, well, my confidence is shattered, and, I still don't believe they're going to come back from this, but at least it's getting a little interesting. I'd say they gave themselves a window of opportunity to do something. So now it's 10-15. There's still a little bit of time left. The Cardinals, I think, have about 2 timeouts left, and they kick the ball deep to the Niners. They take it out at the 25. The Niners, they're driving, and they think they got to about midfield, and then it was a crucial third down stop with about 8 minutes left, and we needed a stop bad. And then Budda Baker comes off the left side and blows up C.J. Beathard for a big sack. So we got the play we needed. They punted away, and then Josh Rosen took the reins again, and he was orchestrating a comeback. He was starting to throw darts in the fourth quarter, and he was looking really good. And I'm thinking, oh my God, now they're coming alive. Could this really happen? I still wasn't confident that there was going to be anything happening. I think, every time I get a shred of hope, then the Cardinals always let me down and I get depressed. But, I reserved judgment. I just sat there and watched, head down. But I was like, we'll see what happens. So Cardinals are at like their own 45-yard line, and then he throws a slant out to tight end Jermaine Gresham, and he crosses the 49ers 50 or midfield into 49er territory. And he gets the first down, and I'm thinking, oh my God, but right before he goes out of bounds, he tries to dart from a 49ers defender, and he fumbles the ball forward. And knowing our luck, the ball hugs the sideline, doesn't go out of bounds, and the 49ers recover the ball. And a couple of close Cardinal friends and all the NFL experts argue with me that he didn't touch the ball, and, they have better camera angles than I do. And nobody said he touched the ball, but I swear to God, I saw him graze the tips of the ball, and I think it was bullshit because the 49er defender who recovered the ball, he went out of bounds, came back in and touched the ball, and that should have been Cardinal ball still, but they ruled it, he never touched it, so the Niners got the ball, and at that point I'm like, we can't win, every time we get a break, it just gets taken from us immediately, and then it's like gone. We get a little surge of energy and hope, and then it's just snatched away. It's just typical Cardinal football this season. So I was like, yep, that's it. There's not much time. We were driving, and then that's it. So I was in full shutdown, it's not happening mode. And then the Niners, they were driving a little bit. They got back to midfield, and then we had a crucial third down stop. And we got him again, made him punt. And this time there was about, I want to say, 5 minutes left in the game. And so Josh had one more crack at it. And in post-game conference, he said in the lineup, DJ Humphries, left tackle, he admitted that Josh got the troops together in the huddle on that last drive and said, we're going to win this fucking game. So, so it got interesting, to say the least, because Josh started making throws. He found DJ in a couple. He found a couple that fit. He got him open. Dinking Duncan down the field. He got Christian Kirk a couple times. And then before you know it, we're back on the Niners' doorstep with about 34 seconds left in the game. We were milking the clock. And it was 2nd and 10 from, like, I think the 9 or 15-yard line, and then back of the end zone, boom, he finds Christian Kirk for a touchdown. And the Cardinals take the lead 16-15, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God, are you serious? We just took the lead with 34 seconds? Are you, like, no way. We're not winning this game. It can't be. There's no way. So, 16-15, 34 seconds. The Niners still have 2 timeouts, though. So, going for the extra point would have not done anyone any good, because if you kick the extra point at 17-15, the Niners have 2 timeouts. They can take the ball down the field, kick a game-winning field goal, and win it 18-17. So, Steve Wilks had to go for 2. Josh Rosen takes the ball, passes it immediately to who other than Larry Fitzgerald, and he steps into the end zone, gets the 2-point conversion, makes it 18-15 Cardinals, and he spiked the ball. And he said after a post-game conference that he had a heavy heart because his eldest son, Devin Fitzgerald, skipped out on going to the Cardinals game because he wanted to go to the State Fair instead. And he didn't believe in the team. And, I mean, I don't blame him, because the Cardinals were 1-6, and we haven't done anything. It's battle of the garbage team. So Fitzgerald said he was a little offended that his son didn't want to come to the game. So he spiked the ball for the first time in his career after that 2-point conversion, because he was letting out a lot of emotional frustration from his son not going to the game. So I don't blame him for doing that, but it was an awesome spike. But, Fitz is all about class, so he apologized for the spike. Said he set a bad example to the kids, but I think it was well-deserved. And it was an exclamation point to a lot of the frustration the Cardinals and the fans have felt this entire season. So the Niners got the ball back. They got down to the Cardinal 45 with about 12 seconds left. And I'm thinking, crap, they're in field goal range. They're going to hit this game-tying field goal and send it to overtime. Then they got a little screen pass, and the Niners got I think it was the Cardinal 45, like I said. And there was about 8 seconds left, and I'm thinking, okay, the next play, they have 1 timeout left. They'll get a quick screen pass, or they'll do a quick run and get into field goal range, and then boom, we're going to OT, and then after that, we'll probably lose. And the most dramatic thing happens, not surprising. Everything always happens dramatically like this for University of Phoenix Stadium, now State Farm Stadium. The center snaps the ball over C.J. Beathard's head. It goes back about 15 yards. He has to scramble for the ball. It chews up the rest of the clock, and he throws a desperation pass to nobody, and the game ends, and the Cardinals win 18-15. And I breathed a sigh of relief, and I was like, are you freaking kidding me? I had checked out, and the Cardinals just took victory from the jaws of defeat. I was like, I can't believe they did it. So with that, the Cardinals improved to 2-6. The Niners dropped to 1-7. And we got a very emotional, much-needed heavy heart win for the entire organization. And I felt so elated, because I had to go to work right after, so it made me feel so much better. And it just made me feel a lot better. It's only a Band-Aid. Let me keep that in mind, because we're going on a bye week this week, so we have a little time to kind of regroup and stuff. But then we got to go play the freaking Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City. And Pat Mahomes is a nightmare. That kid is balling it up. I expect us to get smashed against the Chiefs, but I'll take this win because it was much needed. It was a big morale booster for the entire club and for the entire fan base, and we needed it bad. So, and it made me want to wear my jersey today for the first time in a while and not be ashamed of it. So, I just wanted to make this little video and kind of celebrate the Cardinals and just share my good vibes that I'm feeling right now. But the things I didn't like, though, is the offense did not get creative until the fourth quarter, and that's still a huge problem. And I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt because it was Byron Leftwich, first game as offensive coordinator midseason, and he only had 10 days to prepare. He had a little bit of a mini bye after that Thursday night game, but lots to clean up. The receivers still need to get better at catching. J.J. Nelson especially, a huge crucial drop in the game. He's killing me, and he needs to work on that. And the offensive line is the worst thing on this team right now. Josh Rosen got pressured all game long until the fourth quarter when it all came together. He couldn't get comfortable. He couldn't get in a rhythm of any sorts until crunch time. So the offensive line just is abysmal, and it needs work bad. I'm hoping that with our top draft pick, either top 5, we'll take an offensive lineman because we need it We need it so bad. Either that or a wide receiver, and then we need to take a lineman in the next round. But yeah, so I'm going to take this win, celebrate it, cherish it, because we may not get another one this season. And we'll go from there. So anyway, that's all my thoughts for today's Arizona Cardinals recap from yesterday's win over the 49ers. Again, the final score was 18-15. Fitzgerald had a touchdown, and yeah, it sent a lot of the Bird gang home much happier than we've been all season. So thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed my content video. That concludes this video for today. I'll be posting another video today with another celebratory sports tidbit on another team in the Valley, and I can't wait to share that too. So stay tuned, guys. I'll have another one up here soon. That's all for now, though. Have a good rest of your day. Please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button at the very bottom of the screen if you haven't done so already. I'd really appreciate it. It helps me grow my fan base, helps me grow my page. It helps me get better as a content creator and entertainer. So take care, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Peace out. Go Cardinals.